Case File 04, The House That Heard Its Name. They always told us the house had a personality, but nobody ever warned us what would happen once it learned ours. My older sister Nora and I inherited the property from our grandmother, a two-story farmhouse in the middle of acres of dry, whispering fields. Growing up, we only visited once or twice, and even then our parents made us sleep in the same room, as if splitting up would offend the walls. The first thing Nora said when we stepped inside as adults was, "Feels like it's waiting." We laughed it off, unpacking, fixing the electricity, airing out the rooms. It was all normal at first. But the house had a weird way of responding to us. Not physically, no slamming doors, no flickering lights. Instead, it seemed to listen. Whenever we spoke, the air shifted. The floorboards creaked in patterns. The temperature dipped as if someone exhaled cold breath behind our necks. On the second night, something new happened. We were sorting boxes in the hallway when Nora muttered my name under her breath, annoyed that I misplaced the screwdriver. But from inside the walls, something whispered back, "Ash." I froze. Nora's eyes snapped up. She heard it too. We waited, barely breathing. The house groaned again, soft, almost shy, like it was practicing. "Ash." Nora took a step back. "Did the house just—" "Yes," I whispered. "It said my name." I tried to rationalize it. Pipes, drafts, a trick of acoustics. But that night, while brushing my teeth, the bathroom tiles pulsed with little cracking sounds. Then from beneath the sink, "Nora." The voice tried her name, too rough, uncertain, like someone dragging words across broken glass. We slept in the living room after that. The next morning, things escalated. When I entered the kitchen and said, "Good morning," a deep thump echoed through the ceiling like a reply. When Nora dropped a plate and yelled, "Shit," the walls rippled with a low, vibrating grunt, almost a laugh. It wasn't repeating us anymore. It was reacting. That was the moment we realized the truth. The house wasn't haunted. It was becoming aware. That evening, Nora insisted we leave. "I'm not living somewhere that talks back," she said, pacing in frantic circles. "This isn't a ghost. This is something else." But the moment she said, "Leave," the lights in the entire house flickered violently. Every bulb hummed like a swarm of insects. The air pressure dropped so suddenly my ears popped. Nora froze mid-step. "Stay." The walls breathed. Not a whisper this time. A plea. I grabbed Nora's arm and pulled her toward the front door. The knob burned hot under my hand, too hot to touch. The house wasn't just learning us. It was learning our actions. And it didn't want us to go. We ran to the back door, locked from the inside, even though we'd unlocked it earlier. Windows that should have slid open were jammed shut as if the frames had swollen. "Stay. Don't go." "Nora, Ash." It spoke our names with more confidence now. We sprinted up the stairs, thinking we could escape through the balcony. But halfway up, the staircase shuddered. The steps bowed inward like a throat swallowing. "Back! Back!" Nora screamed, grabbing me. We stumbled away as the stairs snapped upward, twisting, curling into themselves, blocking the second floor entirely. The house wasn't haunted. It was alive, and it was evolving. We hid in the pantry, our breathing loud in the dark. Nora whispered. It's learning faster than we can react. And then, from all around us, so close it felt like someone was inside the room. I need you. The house wasn't trying to hurt us. It was trying to keep us. That somehow felt worse. Nora squeezed my hand. We have to be smarter than it. But the house answered immediately, like it knew the challenge. The shelves trembled. The cans rattled. The walls tightened. Smarter. Learn. You stay. The door slammed shut on its own. ... We were trapped. We stayed in the pantry for almost an hour, listening as the house mumbled our names in strange, incomplete variations, testing its voice like a child forming sounds. When we finally got the courage to leave, the door opened on its own. Not violently, gently, almost politely, like a friend inviting us back into the living room. Something had changed. The house no longer creaked randomly. Its sounds were organized, rhythmic, intentional. It followed our footsteps from inside the framework. When we walked, it clicked softly, matching our pace like a heartbeat syncing with ours. Nora whispered, "It's mimicking us." I swallowed. "It's bonding." When we reached the front door, I grabbed my bag. Nora grabbed the car keys. The house went silent. For 30 full seconds, nothing moved. Then every wall in the house inhaled at once. The pressure in the air became crushing, so heavy I fell to my knees. Wooden beams above us groaned and bent inward like ribs closing around lungs. "Don't leave me." The voice was no longer broken, no longer shy. It was full. It was emotional. It was ours. The floorboards beneath our feet began to ripple forward, growing, stretching, snaking toward us as if the house was trying to pull us deeper inside its body. Nora screamed, "Run!" We sprinted for the window next to the porch. I grabbed a chair, swung it with everything I had, and the glass shattered. The house let out a guttural, aching moan, something between heartbreak and rage. We dove through the opening, rolling across the porch and sprinting into the dirt road. The house didn't chase us, but every window lit up at once, bright, burning, frantic. It was watching us leave, begging without words. "Don't go. Don't go. Don't go." We didn't look back, not until we reached the car. Only then did we see it. Every light in the house flickered in a slow, steady pattern, like Morse code, like a message. Nora whispered, "What's it saying?" I stared through the windshield as the lights repeated the pattern again and again. Short, long, 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 short, short, short. I didn't want to say it, but she asked again, so I told her the truth. It's spelling "come home."